Hello friends, it's me. When was the last time we watched the MSA video? I bet y'all don't even remember what MSA stands for. You know, I completely forgot My Story Animated existed until I got this video on my For You page about how she faked being 25 to teach her class. Yo, you can't do that. Where'd your teacher go? Y'all got me curious. So grab a drinky drink and let's watch.
I accidentally became a teacher at 14. Yep, you heard that right. I taught my own classmates for weeks.
How is a 14-year-old going to pass as the teacher? Where did your teacher go for a few weeks? I have so many questions.
Growing up, my parents were super intense about my education. They were both professors at the local university. Dad was a professor of mathematics, and Mom was head of psychology.
60% of kids without a master's degree are said to be clinically sadder than those without.
I don't know, I feel like some of the dumbest people are the happiest people in the world. You know that saying, ignorance is bliss? I feel like the dumbest people are the happiest people. Not much goes on in their brain. No existential crisis burdening their thoughts on the daily.
They were basically prepping me for Ivy League school from the right old age of 5. But no matter how hard I tried, I just wasn't good at school. I just didn't see the point. What would I learn there that would help me achieve my true passion? Dancing.
Oh boy, throw away the books. I don't want to be smart. Mom and Dad, I want to dance on TikTok. I want to be like the D'Amelios. You want to be a famous TikTok dancer? You should have started in 2020. If you are outgoing enough to make TikTok dancing videos in 2020, congratulations, you're probably famous now. It might be a little too late for the rest of us.
One morning, while I was choreographing a new dance for the school talent show, my parents stormed into the room like two furious prosecutors ready to deliver a life sentence.
Becca, turn that noise off right now.
I froze mid-move, 1 foot in the air, and held up my harmonica bottle like it was Exhibit A. It's not music, it's my water bottle.
Excuse me?
Yeah, see? The bottle you guys gave me? It has a built-in harmonica cap.
Whoa.
So technically, I'm hydrating and being a musical genius at the same time.
Becca, put the bottle down. We're serious. We're very disappointed. You flunked 3 classes and now you have to repeat the 8th grade. And as punishment, we're sorry, but you can't compete in the talent show.
Imagine being her parents. Here, read this book, learn, take this class, and summer school. No toys, no PlayStation. Memorize this dictionary. Eat the thesaurus. You only get to eat alphabet soup. But before you get any, spell expeditiously. All of that, and she still failed 3 classes. Whew.
Okay,
That's it? You're not angry?
Nah, I'm used to it. No good grades, no talent show, no future, no husband. I'll be outside, digging my own grave.
Becca, don't be so dramatic.
I picked up my harmonica bottle and played a slow, tragic tune. A funeral march, if you will.
Becca, we're serious. You need to get your priorities straight.
Oh, I have priorities. Dance, talent show, become TikTok famous. Academics are like, 6th on the list.
Well, they better move to first, or else.
Yo, she talks like she's really smart. I feel like she's being sneaky. She has a plan. I feel like she knows exactly what she's doing. And she's on her way to becoming TikTok famous.
To make things way worse, all my friends were all moving up without me. When I started 8th grade again, for the 2nd time, I was totally ridiculed.
Becca, how about you? What's 6 times 6?
220?
I think we need to send Becca back to 3rd grade.
Laugh it up now. Just wait until I'm your teacher. First lesson, Advanced Apologies 101.
They got an apology class now? Today we're learning how to do a YouTube apology video.
But as I was walking home from school, I heard my favorite song playing, like it had come from the heavens. I followed the noise to a brick building. When I looked through the window, I saw a group of teenagers my age with their own totally distinct styles, taking turns showing off their individual dance routines. They looked happy. Mom, Dad, I've seen the light. I found my calling. I need to join a modern dance class.
Becca, sweetie, how about you find your calling in algebra first?
Ugh, algebra doesn't call anyone, Mom. Modern dance is my destiny.
And your grades? What about those?
I'll get my grades up. Straight A's. I'll even tutor other kids. Just let me dance.
Fine, but if your grades don't improve, we're canceling everything.
Yes! Thank you. I won't let you down.
She's definitely faking being dumb on purpose. I feel like she's secretly a genius, but just doesn't want to put in the effort.
Now all I had to do was figure out how to pull the grades thing off. I just needed to find Jeannie. Jeannie was a bookish girl who was made fun of at the talent show last year for her terrible choreography. But one day in the bathroom, I caught her practicing a TikTok dance. Look, I know you want to become a good dancer. I offered to teach Jeannie how to dance in exchange for letting me copy off her tests. Plus, was a little intimidating at first. first. Everyone seemed poised and confident, and I'd never shown anyone my routine before. But when the instructor put me on the spot, something primal kicked in. I just went for it. I had no idea if I was any good or not. And then, as I was mid-spin, I fell onto the floor, hard. I was mortified.
Okay, can we talk about the animation quality? Apparently, MSA has like infinite budget for TV quality animations now. Like, I remember their animations used to look like this. The animation studio had a crazy glow up. Like this, $2 budget to like $2,000 budget, maybe $20,000 budget per episode. This is some expensive animation, I'm not gonna lie.
After class, I got a tap on my shoulder. It was a boy from class, and he had a sly smirk on his face.
I like your moves. They're very personal, full of emotion, deep.
Wait, really? Before I could say anything else, like, thank you, I heard a loud beep. Come on, honey, let's go. Mom seemed to be in a salty mood when I got into the car.
When is mom not in a salty mood? Mother's saltier than a beach these days.
Did you have fun at class?
So much fun.
Good, because it's your last class. You've been expelled. You're grounded for the summer.
What?
Your math teacher caught you peeking over at Jeannie's desk.
Wasn't even subtle about it. Bro, let me just bring my binoculars to class. Hold up your paper and let me copy. I was actually looking out the window, casually bird watching during the test.
She questioned Jeannie, and she told her everything. We're so disappointed in you. I don't know where we went wrong.
Jeannie, that traitor. Remind me when I become her teacher to give her detention every time she gets a correct answer. Guess who's staying after school forever, Jeannie? When we got home, I locked myself in my room, crying. My dreams of dancing were crushed. That summer, I was so depressed, I couldn't even bring myself to practice dancing in my room. I had all but given up on my dreams when I bumped into none other than Freddie at a pizzeria, scarfing down my sadness with a full pie to the face.
Hey, I know you.
Hi.
Dance class, right? You never came back.
Yeah, it was a family emergency.
Well, the next class starts in October. Hope to see you there.
Now I had to transform into a good, studious learner, or my parents would never let me join the class. So the night before my first day at my new high school, I gave myself a little makeover. I grabbed a pair of scissors, chopped off my hair,
No,
replaced
don't
my
do it.
contacts with glasses, and laid out my most scholarly outfit. The next morning, my parents' jaws
Oh,
dropped.
whoa.
Is that my daughter under those clothes?
Who is that? Ain't no way you can cut your own hair in your bedroom and have it look like this. Unless you watch a YouTube tutorial. That looks good.
I've decided to
She
take
looks
school
smart. She looks
seriously.
like a teacher.
You're right. It's important for my future.
Oh my gosh, honey, we've been waiting 17 years for you to say that.
I've only been talking for 14 years.
Oh, we know. You started talking later than the other kids, but better late than never.
And I only took 2 steps inside the school before I heard the principal calling my name.
Whoa, why is there somebody crawling on the ceiling? What is that? Bro, that's so cool. Spider-Man goes to your school.
Miss,
Yes, sir?
you must be Miss Rosen, the new teacher. I thought you didn't get any of our voicemails that we couldn't find a substitute for a month. So glad you made it work, and we're excited to have you as the homeroom/English teacher for grade 9.
Wait a second.
Wow, I must have overdone the scholarly look, but the bell rang before I could respond. Sorry, gotta go. Don't want to be late for class. I walked into homeroom feeling intimidated, and now old. All the kids knew each other. They were talking about their crushes.
Whoa! Steve Harvey? The Family Feud guy? As their crush? I don't know about that one.
And summer jobs and all the usual stuff.
Whoa! We got the McDonald's CEO in the high school class? Bro, that's crazy. This must be the most expensive school in Switzerland.
Then I heard them talking about something that put a pit in my stomach.
So did you get through the summer reading list?
Yeah, duh. I'm not gonna be an idiot like my mom. I wanna get into a good college and marry a successful doctor.
Did you know statistically, doctors are the most likely to cheat? Yeah.
Wait, are you taking algebra or calculus?
Summer reading? Calculus? I was in way over my head. I hadn't prepared for any of this. I only had 1 month to get my grades up before dance class enrollment. I took the only seat available, which was right next to them. Hi, I'm...
Nice mom hair.
Seriously, my grandma has more fashion sense than you. You look like you could be our teacher.
I had to stay studious. Wait, suddenly, I had an idea.
Why don't you
If
just
I look
become
so
the
much like
teacher?
this teacher, I stood up and confidently strutted to the front of the classroom. That's because I am your teacher. Yep, Miss Miss Rosen, why not play into it, right? I was just doing a little social experiment to see how you kids act when the teacher isn't around. And I gotta say, I'm very disappointed with a few of you. The bullies' faces went pale. I had no idea what I was doing, but it occurred to me that I'd have better luck giving myself good grades if I was my own teacher, right? Plus, I'd have access to all the test answers. I only had to keep it up for a month. Couldn't be that hard. Okay, class. Today, I want you to think about your favorite book from the summer reading list and tell me what spoke to you about it. Be specific.
Wait, okay, I get doing this for one class, but like what about the other classes? Suddenly, Miss Rosen, who is a teacher in one class, is a student in the other classes. She's gonna have to like get a whole new look when she goes to the other classes so nobody is suspicious. This would never work out unless you only had one class. What about all the other classes Miss Rosen has to teach? She can't teach and be a student at the same time.
Had the students opening up, talking about literature, and having a whole dialogue with each other. And all I had to do was sit back, ask some questions, and let the students take over.
I just didn't connect with the main character.
Why don't you think you connected with Holden Covert?
Because he's a spoiled, selfish weasel.
You sure you're not talking about yourself, Jeff?
That's extra homework for you, miss.
You suck at teaching.
Okay, detention. Wow, it felt good to have power, and I actually felt like I was kind of good at this.
You think so? You think if one of your students stand up and be like, hey, you suck at teaching, would you really feel like you're good at it?
I was borrowing my mom's clothes, caking on the makeup, and saying things like, no running in the hallways. Don't worry about Becca's absence. I've already been in touch with her parents, and she'll be back to school in no time. I brought straight B's back to my parents. When they called to confirm I was doing well and not cheating, I answered. She's a wonderful student, Miss Baker. She really applies herself, and she's improving every day.
Oh, that's such a relief. You know, she always was a troubled student.
Well, maybe if her parents... you're doing a wonderful job.
How are they not gonna recognize their daughter's own voice through the phone? Oh yeah, that definitely doesn't sound like my daughter doing an accent.
When I got home, Mom and Dad were
Actually smiling. We heard you're doing excellent in school, so...
We're letting you join dance class.
Thank you. When I got to the dance studio, I was ecstatic to find Freddie mid-stretch. And when the teacher paired us up as partners, I thought I'd be thrilled. But I just couldn't keep up, and I felt like I was slowing him down.
I think you're naturally gifted. You just need more technical practice. How about we train outside of class?
How could I not agree to that? Soon, Freddie and I were spending so much time together. My heart was beating out of my chest every time we would dance. Everything was going according to plan. Teaching by day, dancing by night. But suddenly, my teacher responsibilities started picking up, and I had to lie to Freddie about why I couldn't attend our private practices. I have a parent-teacher conference that I have to attend. As the student, of course.
Parent-teacher conferences are for parent and teacher only. It is not a parent-student-teacher conference. Bro, I used to get so much anxiety about those because it would just be my mom and my teacher. I'd be like, please don't say anything bad about me. Please don't say anything bad about me. I was not the best behaved in elementary school.
To grade papers and accompany the students on field trips and host office hours and actually meet with parents about their stupid kids. I was so tired, and I could tell Freddie was getting annoyed with me.
You know the worst part about her teaching is that it takes up so much time and effort, and she's not even getting paid for it.
Then one day at school, standing in front of the class, I saw a familiar face seated in front of me. Freddie? I heard we had a new student. Freddie, is that right?
Fred, yeah.
Did he recognize me? I couldn't tell, but soon I was so distracted by him finding out my secret, I had a hard time keeping up the charade. And Freddie was being so weird and quiet. In dance class, he was charismatic, lively,
knows.
But here, he sat in the back of the room all alone.
Why are there more people crawling on the ceiling? It's like a little Easter egg.
I started to put on heavier makeup and frumpier clothes to improve my disguise. I was so worried about Freddie. I didn't even know what I was talking about in class anymore. With a shaky hand, I wrote something on the board.
I'm so hungry I could eat a bob.
Okay, where does the comma go in this sentence? The bully came up to the board and confidently drew a comma in.
Let's.
Correct.
No,
Eat
it's
Bob.
not. I was testing you. You don't even know basic grammar?
Everyone in the class was snickering at me. I felt like I was the dumb student student again.
You still are the dumb student. How does the comma go in let's? She's not even paying attention. You know what she gotta do? She need to lock in.
Are you guys hot? Is it hot in here? I took off my cardigan, and suddenly, Freddy's expression changed. He was staring at me, and then I realized my birthmark. I had a diamond-shaped birthmark on my shoulder. He was the only one who'd seen it.
Yeah, that'll do it. Some girl that I dance with every single day is my teacher, and I'm not gonna know who she is until I see the diamond birthmark across the room, 4 desks away. Yeah, that's what did it.
I have to go to the bathroom. I stormed off, exposed. Then I heard someone call behind me.
Wait!
Freddy rushed towards me. He pulled off my glasses, which could have been romantic, but nope, not like this.
Becca, is that you?
I turned even redder. I was speechless.
I can't believe it. It is. What's going on? Is this a joke?
Okay, I know it sounds crazy, but hear me out. My parents wouldn't let me dance unless my grades went up, and then I found out I looked like this new teacher who was sick, and so I just pretended to be her, and I kinda got carried away.
That is crazy.
Please don't tell anyone.
Yeah, bro. You know, surely there must be better ways to raise your grade than by becoming your own teacher. You know, she kind of beat the system, but also that's a lot of effort. That's a lot of work. Also, how are you gonna get yourself out of this one? There's no way a 14-year-old can pass as a teacher unless they were genius level smart.
Competition is only a week away, and I need to show my parents I'm good at this so they'll let me go to dance school and not their alma mater.
Here I was, just excited to spend more time with you outside of practice. But for you, it was always about winning the competition.
I'm sorry,
you had
and
a
that's
crush
not
on
true.
I won't spill your secret as long as you do something for me. Parent-teacher night.
No! I couldn't go to parent-teacher night. My parents would be there. But Freddy was right. I owed him. He'd spent so much time trying to help me, and all I did was hurt him. Freddy is wonderful. He's making so many friends. Everyone loves him.
That's surprising. He got into a bad fight in his last school because some football player was making fun of him for being a dancer. He broke the guy's nose.
He did?
Yes, we told you in the beginning of the semester, Ms. Rosen.
Suddenly, a familiar voice interrupted.
Hi, sorry to interrupt.
We're here for our 5 p.m. with Miss Rosen. Oh my gosh, I was about to have a parent-teacher conference with my parents. I quickly powdered my face, pushing my hair in front of my face, trying to obscure myself. Yes, come in. I'm sorry. We'll pick this up later.
Oh yes, the only way mother and father will not recognize me is if I look like this. Hello, mother and father. I mean, ma'am and sir. It's definitely Miss Rosen and not me, your daughter. Yeah, this would never work.
So, how is Becca doing?
Oh, Becca, she's an absolute dream.
I'm sorry, I can't understand you. Would you mind pushing your hair out of your face and
No.
looking towards us?
Oh, I'm a little sick, so I don't want to get you ill.
It's a little rude not to be looking at us while you're talking.
As I turned towards my mom, head tilted down towards the table so she couldn't see me, my glasses fell off. Mom picked them up and handed them to me. When I reached for them, I saw her eyes go wide.
Is that
she
my
was
shirt?
staring at the frayed sleeve peeking out from underneath my blazer. It was her frayed shirt.
Becca? I thought you sounded familiar.
Before I could respond, Freddy's mom burst in.
Ms. Rosen, when you're done, I'd love to reconvene about Freddy.
Totally.
Miss Rosen. Ha! Lady, this is my dog.
As my mom was finishing her sentence, I was literally diving headfirst out the window.
Becca, come back here.
You know, if I jump out of the window and unalive myself, surely I will not suffer any consequences from mother and father.
I landed in the grass and sprinted away as fast as I could.
Yeah, just run away from your problems. Always works.
When I finally arrived at the dance studio, I was exhausted and busted. I yanked off my teacher disguise, revealing the leotard underneath, and rushed into the competition.
Becca, we're about to be on. Did you talk to them? How'd it go?
All good. They totally bought it.
Freddy, you were in on this, weren't you?
How did his mother teleport to the dance studio?
I whipped my head around to see Freddy's mom, boiling red, but not redder than the faces of my own parents who were right by her side.
Becca, you are not dancing until you explain yourself.
The music was starting. The spotlight was on us. I'll explain.
I think they're
Just
angry.
dance. I locked eyes with him, desperate.
You
he
guys
was
have to
fumbling
win
at
the
first.
dance
I could
competition
feel
now.
his nerves.
Because winning a dance competition equals TikTok famous. And then you won't have to go to school.
This is for you. You got this. And then we didn't miss a step. Freddy was amazing. When it was over, I couldn't hear my parents screaming. I was overwhelmed by the applause and the glimmer in Freddie's eyes.
You really pulled through. I'm impressed.
I'm so sorry for lying. I really love spending time with you. I saw him hiding a smirk, and that was enough of an invitation for me to lean in and kiss him.
My dogs are really upset that they just kissed.
As our lips touched,
Becca!
You tricked my son into going along with your charade so he could say he gets along with
What's
his
he gonna do?
classmates?
Beat him
You know
up?
he punched someone.
was killed. He was provoked. He shouldn't have punched them, but if someone insults your passion, sir, how would you feel?
Lucky for me, I don't have passion. I'm a dad. And the only passions my dad had was smoking cigarettes.
Here, in this place, he's the coolest, most adored guy. This is our family. This is our school. Freddie grabbed my hand, squeezing it.
Yeah, and Becca is such an incredible dancer. She may not be good at academics, but she has a passion. All she needs is her parents' support. Plus, she is a good teacher. She taught me what it's like to fight for what you care about, no matter who tries to tear you down.
Oh, so she was the one who taught you how to fight and told you to punch that guy? That's what my parents would have been like, winding this one up for you.
I guess that's something. And you did have good stage presence. I guess if dancing is your passion, I won't get in your way. As long as you have a backup plan.
Wait, really?
As long as you have a backup plan.
I couldn't believe it. I finally got my parents' approval. I hugged Freddie, and he grabbed my shoulders and kissed me like our parents weren't right there. I was on cloud 9.
Yay, we love supportive parents.
The rest is history. Freddie and I started dating, and I officially enrolled in school as a student. I finished the semester with all C's, under the perfectly boring teachings of the real Miss Rosen. But I got to keep dancing, and the following year, Freddie and I got into Juilliard. After a brief stint touring as a background dancer for pop artists, I got burnt out and wanted to spend more time at home with our new family. So I fell into my backup plan. All right, kiddos, don't hold back. I want to see those moves. Teaching dance classes to middle schoolers. And when my daughter told me she wanted to be a dancer, I freaked out for a minute. Who would want to have their daughter be a dancer? Oh, I guess my parents were right.
You don't realize your parents were right until you're like 20-something years old, 25, paying your own bills, living by yourself, and then you realize, wow, my parents were right about a lot of things. But anyways, that's all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button in the face.
And make sure you turn on notifications. Click, click.
And subscribe to the Wolf Pack. Oh! I love you guys so much. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.